If these two had been carrying that automated teller machine out of a bank, it would be an FBI matter. They could face federal bank robbery charges and be looking at hard time. But lately, Chicago burglary teams have learned that ATM can mean always take more money when it is from an independently owned ATM, and there are thousands of them in stores and buildings not protected by federal law. With a push and a shove, and this ATM is theirs. Two men, part of an apparently repeat Chicago burglary crew, quickly carrying off the night's loot from this Southside store, where just a few minutes earlier they had used a pickup truck to rip open the front door. If this was a bank instead of a gas station, they would be breaking federal bank robbery laws. But these ATMs in ma-and-pa stores, mini-marts, shopping malls, and office buildings are privately owned and don't fall under federal regulations against bank robbery that carry up to a 20-year sentence. State theft laws carry a 5-year max.
The bad guys have become aware that you rob an independently owned ATM, one of these that's in a convenience store or maybe a sporting event or some other venue, and that's not going to bring the wrath of the FBI and federal authorities down on top of it.
And your legislation would change that?
That's right.
Tennessee Congressman John Rose tonight says his bipartisan bill, now before the House Judiciary Committee, would fold all ATMs, independent or bank-owned, into the Federal Bank Robbery Act that was passed in 1934, long before ATMs.
The crime is essentially the same in all respects, and so it seems that the punishment should be the same for those who commit these crimes. We've seen ATM theft rise by 600% in just the last 2 years.
Right now, federal law enforcement is trying to fight this with one or maybe both hands tied behind their back because of the 90-year-old law that we're operating under.
The organization representing independent ATM operators tonight says the law needs to be updated.
The Safe Access to Cash Act is really vital to our entire nation going forward. It's something that we take for granted in America, but as they say, you don't know what you got till you lose it. It's under attack right now.
There are less than 5,000 banks in the U.S. and more than 500,000 ATMs coast to coast. 60% of those ATMs are independently owned. But banks also operate thousands of off-property ATMs that are not usually covered by federal law. And tonight, they too have been hit by crafty thieves who know enough to avoid federal time. It really is in the fine print sometimes.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.